Whether you played zombies yesterday or you haven't played in a couple of years, everybody remembers playing Origins as kids and trying with their friends to finish the Easter egg. We all have that collective memory of building the staffs, upgrading them, and finishing off the whole thing by sending the Maxis Drone up into Agartha. But during that entire quest, the Maxis Drone itself wasn't ever really used to kill any zombies, it always just grabbed items. So because I think of dumb ideas like this, I figured it was time to give the Maxis Drone a little bit of shine, and let's see how many rounds we can get through by only using that. Obviously though, this is an item that requires you to open up a large area of the map to build, so I spent the first few rounds killing zombies and gaining enough points so that I could build the Maxis Drone as quickly as humanly possible. I even spent time training together all of the zombies on round 2 just to line up as many as possible for when I grabbed the free double points. And for once, we got luck on my side by getting another double points at the end of round 2 and going into round 3 alongside Zombie Blood. With about 12,000 points in my back pocket at the end of round 5, it was time for me to leave spawn and begin gathering parts for the shield and the Maxis Drone. Our luck didn't last very long though, because the last zombie on round 5 decided to be a beta male and died out because I ran slightly too far from it. Now I've got to get through round 6 without my little drone, which isn't ideal, but it happens I guess in these challenges. I then shoved some thick juicy juggernaut down my throat like a zombie's version of your dad, and after spending admittedly too long looking for one of the drone parts locations, I was able to build Daddy Maxis and begin our reign of terror. Before that though, I decided to head around the map and drop Maxis in a few different locations to gather some shiny rings. I need those shiny rings because sadly the Maxis Drone literally can't damage the Panzer Soldat. Before this game that you guys are seeing right now on screen, I did a few other runs at this, and the amount of disappointment in my soul when realizing that it can't be damaged is measurable, and my day was ruined. Literally, even if you leave them alone together, it won't result in any damage. I left them together by themselves for multiple minutes, and Maxis will occasionally shoot the Panzer, but no visible damage happens even when the Panzer is very close to death. I should probably learn to mute my phone before these videos, but yeah, so like I said, I left them together and it just didn't do any damage to the Panzer, which sucks, but hey, I mean, I wouldn't expect any different from the boss that literally can kill you in God mode. Yeah, fun fact, if you turn on God mode in Black Ops 2 and the Panzer flamethrowers you, he can still kill you. So my solution to this is a very simple one. I get the free upgraded MG that can only be gotten by using the Maxis Drone on these rings, and I can only use it to kill the Panzer after the round that he spawns in on. If the Panzer comes on round 20, then I can only kill it on round 21, let's say, so I believe that's a fair trade-off here for the fact that the Maxis Drone literally can't kill it. With that said, let's get a refresher on what the Maxis Drone is actually capable of. Basically, it works like any drone in real life. It has a 60-second battery, has horrible aim, and requires a long cooldown before it can be used again. That's why I chose to build it at the Juggernog / Generator 4 area, because the other buildable tables are basically death traps. Even the buildable table underneath the church isn't good because for some reason when deployed in that area, it will just go up to the top floor and fuck off without actually killing any zombies. And honestly, that really confused me the first couple of times it happened, so yeah, we're not building it down there, which sucks, but that means that we're stuck at Generator 4, or at least I'd say that, but around here, we are beta males masking as sigma males on the internet, so in all reality, the zombies are trapped here with me. And my beautiful friend here, who's a dismembered body of a German guy who wasn't very nice and probably committed a couple of war crimes. But yeah, surprisingly enough, the Maxis Drone is actually really fucking good early on in the game, especially with a few warm-up games where I was able to figure out the best possible strategy to actually using it. And believe it or not, yes, there is actually strategy to the Maxis Drone, because deploying it in certain areas when you have the zombies hoarded in a certain way actually makes it better. It's a little bit hard to explain. Or, you know, I could say I was quite good at it until the end of round 12 when a Panzer decided to do Panzer things by not letting go of me despite getting shot with an upgraded light machine gun at least a dozen fucking times. Jesus Christ, I actually hate this thing. Anyone who's ever watched me play Origins knows that my cat and the Panzer are the two biggest enemies, and that trend apparently just isn't changing anytime soon. Fuck the Panzer. But again, back to the Maxis Drone, that is the dude that your girl tells you not to worry about, because if you place it in the exact right spot, it can kill an entire horde of zombies in less than a second early on in the game, and that's honestly fucking nuts. That's why it surprises me that no one actually uses this thing early on in games just to kill extra zombies quickly if you can't be bothered with the low rounds going slowly. Again, granted, it does only last about 60 seconds, which is about as me, in bed, but anyway. Then it needs another 90 seconds to recharge, and it just, honestly, it's pretty good. Obviously, in this challenge, though, it does have its downsides, because if I get trapped by any zombies, then I can't get out unless the drone comes in super clutch. There's also a shit ton of waiting around for it to recharge, which gave me a really good chance to look and get a boner for this amazing merch that we are currently selling. It's a hand-drawn recreation of the Takeo Memories trailer during Black Ops 3, with Takeo kneeling under a cherry blossom tree as he remembers his life, complete with the kanji for the word wisdom, which is the official design name for the shirt. It's available in reversible white and black, so it looks completely different depending on which one you choose. Link in the description, go check it out. It's actually a really great merch. Anyway, by this point in the footage, we should be at round 22, where we take our second down of the game to old friend Mr. Soldad, who in all fairness wasn't totally broken this time around, because I was trying to huddle zombies together behind me, and that caused me to get smacked, and when the Panzer used his flamethrower, it fucked me up real good, so it was kind of my fault actually. We did finish out the round though, and after a few butt-clenching moments on the tank path while running for quick revive, we made it through yet another round. Grabbing quick revive itself wasn't very difficult after that, but I had to pull out some major Jackie Chan moves on the zombies to not get trapped so far from a Maxis Drone and without a shield on my back. Then round 27 came around, and it's always a fun time hanging around with the Panzer and his stupid grappling hook that gave me my third down of the game so far. If you're really smart, you might start to notice a pattern here that every time a Panzer shows up, I somehow end up with less brain cells and one less quick revive. Wow, imagine that crazy coincidences, fam. But luckily, Origins has a way to get extra quick revives, so I spent the next few rounds using a 5.7 to get points while not killing zombies with it, and spinning the Wonder Fizz trying to get a fourth quick revive. The odds on getting one are exceptionally low at the best of times when you have 7 perks already, but when you only have 3 of them, those odds go down way more. Nonetheless, despite my best efforts to blow the game like your dad after a few drinks, we finally make it to round 30, which is a huge milestone for this challenge, but we still don't have quick revive. And here's where the harsh reality really starts to set in though. The Maxis Drone has been slowly getting weaker and weaker throughout the 20s, and by the time that round 30 came around, it was only able to kill a few zombies at a time before needing to recharge. It went from being able to kill an entire horde in half a second to maybe only getting through 5 to 10 zombies if you're lucky in its entire duration, and then considering the cooldown, it's really just not worth it, and it's really going to slow this game down. Considering it already had the inefficiency of a drunk baby, like seriously, this game was just going downhill super quickly. I'm almost certain that by round 40, it wouldn't be able to kill any zombies, and it would defeat the point of the challenge really. But I guess that didn't really matter because I cornered myself trying to run away from a Panzer on round 31. Fuck the Panzer, we killed almost 1,400 zombies with a Maxis Drone, so that's a W. Now go watch this video about me speedrunning the hardest custom zombies map ever created, or go buy some merch.